Yo, Elliot! Hey, so a couple weeks ago I made a video about not needing protein shakes, not needing meal supplement shakes, and I still feel the same way. But what I did immediately after making that video, because Elliot Hulse is a hypocrite, I went out and I bought a box of Myoplex, right? And you might remember another video last week where I said Myoplex has MSG. So I went out, and the reason why I did this is because I'm really tracking my calories. And I figure I'll replace 1 or 2 meals a day with a meal replacement just so I know exactly how many calories is in it. There's no ambiguity. It says it right there. 2 scoops equals this much. So I was like, let me give this a try, right? Because I'm trying the bodybuilder thing. And prior to this, I hadn't used protein shakes or meal supplements in probably about 4 years, at least, more or less, but for several years, right? So I tried Myoplex and it gave me a freaking headache. I did some research. I discovered that the shit has MSG in it. And if you look at the ingredients in most meal replacement shakes, there's a paragraph like this thick of shit that you just can't pronounce. It's like a piece of text taken out of the dictionary. It's just this freaking thick with words that make no sense. So I did some research, right? And I wanted to find a protein supplement that, of course, is a processed food, because that's what it is, you know. There's no two ways around it. It's a freaking processed food, but offers the most healthy alternative to the shit that you find in vitamin shops. So for the past couple weeks, now before I introduce the supplement I'm using, I am not an affiliate for, I have no association with this company. I just happen to be using it and I feel good about it. I'm not constipated. That was one of the things that I experienced when trying Metrex. Because after the Myoplex, I was like, okay, I can't use this, I'll try Metrex. The two most powerful, the most popular ones, right? Metrex made me constipated. I didn't shit for 2 days. It's not a good feeling. So I did some research, went online, and for about 2 weeks now, I've been using Paleo Meal. This is Paleo Meal. The very first thing that is brought to your attention, or my attention, when using a supplement, and I knew this before, but I was willing to give things a try, is the ingredients. And if you look at other ingredients, there's one line of ingredients. That, to me, right away, with any processed food that you're gonna eat, is a good sign. There's not much in it, right? They haven't really fucked with this thing too much. And the other thing is, it appeals to my ego, right? They've got this proprietary, non-denatured whey protein. I've talked about denaturing of dairy products in other videos, how whey is a byproduct of the processing of dairy, and is basically trash. Well, they've gone through lengths to make sure that, number one, this comes from milk that comes from organically raised cows that eat grass, right? Not the shit that factory cows eat. And also the way they process the dairy, it creates a situation where it's not denatured. They don't heat it to any high degree. And they call this prosterum, if you wanted to do some research on that. That's sort of a company that creates this type of protein that they put in this paleo meal. So that's it. I'm not endorsing this. I'm not saying you need to do it. I'm not telling you to go out and buy anything. Just figure I'd share what I'm doing right now. On the days that I'm not fasting, I'll have 1 or 2 of these shakes a day. I'll take about 2 or 3 scoops. 2 scoops gives me about 250 calories, about 35 grams of protein, and about 20 grams of carbs. So when I punch that into my software, the MyFitnessPal software, it's very specific. I know exactly what it is, and then I know exactly how much I can eat for the rest of the day to stay under the amount of calories I'm eating. So that's it. I hope that's helpful for you. It's costly. It's gonna cost you a little bit extra money. But like I've said in the past, there are 2 things that you don't wanna go cheap on. If you're gonna spend extra money, don't spend it on clothing or iPhones. Spend it on food and education. Food and education become who you are. Food builds the cells in your body. If you have to spend a little bit extra to get healthier foods, then spend a little extra, and then don't spend so much on your, video games and shit like that. Same thing with education. Don't go cheap on your education. You've heard my rants about school and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about school. I mean spending money on books, courses, and things that you can ingest mentally, because that also grows your character. So that's it, my friends. Hope that's helpful. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot.